It can be deceptively simple to build wealth as long as you follow this one basic principle. I've got that and more coming up. My name's Mike Bernard. I'm the host of the Wise Money Show. I'm also one of the certified financial planners right here at Korhorn Financial Group. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and smash that thumbs up button. You want to build wealth. You want to, and you know, in the past, you used to say, get rich. Well, that just has a negative connotation right now. Build wealth, similar, same general concept. And one of my mentors and colleagues here at Korhorn Financial Group, one of the co-hosts on our weekly one-hour talk show that you can see right here on this channel every Saturday, Josh Gregory, says there's a formula for building wealth. There's a formula for building wealth. Wealth equals cash, so how much cash can you throw at it, times risk, so how much risk are you comfortable taking, times time. How much time do you give it to grow and to build? Imagine if you're, it's summertime here, and I don't know where you're listening. I'm in the Midwest. You see cornfields all over the place. Imagine if farmers planted that seed and then the next week said, all right, corn, where are you? We need you, right? No, it takes months and it takes a lot of investment. So risk management, right? So how much cash can you apply towards the right level of risk for your situation? Hopefully not speculative and gambling and so on, but investing long-term. And how much time can you give it to grow? That's the formula for building wealth. Well, recent article then caught my attention. Okay, clickbait, absolutely self-made millionaire says this is the one thing you need to do to build wealth. And I just wanted to see, okay, well, is this propaganda or is there something fishy about this, or what's the individual have to say? Ramit Sethi apparently is the author. I Will Teach You to Be Rich. See, there's that word, and so shares his number one thing you need to do to build wealth in 3 different steps. Okay, so the first one is absolutely applicable, but take a look at what he says. The top ways to grow your wealth are really simple, almost deceptively so. I completely agree. It's way more fun to help someone sell a business or transition, do some exciting things, but guys, that's not how most people build wealth. How you will likely build wealth is the boring and deceptive way. So therefore, what is Ramit's number one thing that you need to do to build wealth? And guys, I completely agree. Now I'm going to simplify and restate his second and third thing, but the number one thing you need to do is start investing and then gradually increase that investment amount over time. That's it. If you want to build wealth, you need to store that wealth. You need to have a mechanism for getting that income invested into a place that you're not going to touch. The only way that you can build wealth is to be investing money, earning it and not touching it, letting it grow, letting it invest in a different area that you're not going to touch so that those dollars can work for you. And it's not just that. It's not just, well, invest once or invest a flat amount. And I could show you a lot of charts. We've got, dozens of them here that show, well, if you invest $250 a month for your entire career, this is how much you have. But if you contrast that with, well, if you start investing this much, but then slowly over time, you just increase that in a way that sort of like turning the temperature up on the frog, they'll eventually just sit there in a boiling pot of water because they haven't noticed that it's getting a little bit hotter, a little bit hotter, a little bit hotter. Your investments and the amount you're saving feels the same way, except the opposite, right? It should be good vibes, not bad ones. Where if you start saving 5% towards retirement, and that's all you think you can afford, well then at the beginning of the year, just move it to 6%. You're not even gonna feel it. You're not gonna feel it. And then a year later, move it to 7. A year later, move it to 8. Move it to 9 and stop counting those percentages. So many people think, well, now I'm at 8 and that probably feels like too much. No, just keep, you're not going to feel it. You're not going to miss it. But that's how you're going to be building wealth, is you'll be intentionally taking whatever percentage, and instead of having it diverted into your checking account where it can easily be spent, it'll be diverted into a separate account that you've invested that's actually going to work for you. Does it go down temporarily? Yep. The stock market, there's risk and reward. But over the long term, a prudent investment strategy should be able to ride through those bumps and have a rewarding outcome for you over the long term. So investing, diverting those dollars there, but then on a routine basis, I like at least once a year. Okay. If you want to do every 6 months, that's fine. But depends a little bit on your industry and how you get paid and how much you get paid, but increasing whatever that percentage is, increasing it just by a little bit every single year. You'll be amazed at how you're able to build wealth over time. So going back to Josh's formula, just a little bit of cash, but not increasing it, it's not going to help you in that formula of building wealth, okay? If you aren't willing to invest it, if you're only going to leave it in the bank account where it earns 1% or less, or put it in a high yield money market where it's maybe earning 3.5%, 4% right now, but still not a lot over the long term. If you're not going to invest it, it's not going to work as hard for you, okay? And then finally, if you don't give it a lot of time, also, that's not going to work as hard for you as well to build wealth. So this principle of investing, start investing, so start throwing cash at this wealth formula, and then increase that amount over time, gradually over time, investing it, so taking some risk, and doing so over a long period of time, that will help you build wealth. All right, so that's the one thing. In the article, he mentions two other things, and actually I'm going to lump them together because he talks about, well, increase your income and then have a side hustle. I don't know if that is applicable for everyone, certainly not both of those, but it points to a deeper principle, actually. So you could imply here, well, increase your income, get a side income so that you have a higher lifestyle. No, that actually doesn't help you build wealth. The underlying principle there is grow your income and not your expenses. Said differently, or in a very boring and deceptively simple way, spend less than what you make. And find a way to continue to make more so that as you spend less than what you make, you have even more and more to save. The invest and then gradually increase how much you can invest, that's sort of working the same principle, but from the what are you getting as opposed to what are you cutting. I like that. That's a better spin on it. But I would say start investing and gradually increase what you invest over time. Couple that with spend less than you make. That's the formula for building wealth. Is it deceptively simple? Yes. Does it sound way too boring? Yes. Does it work? Yes, it does. If you're trying to build wealth, start investing and gradually increase that amount and couple that with making sure that you spend less than you earn. That will help you build wealth. As far as preserving it and having all of that wealth channeled towards a certain plan and a certain outcome in your life and things that you want to do, along with managing risk and all sorts of other things, that's where comprehensive financial planning builds on top of those fundamental truths on how to build wealth. Work with your certified financial planner on that. If you don't have a CFP on your team, you can contact one on my team. Find us online, Korhorn.com. That's Korhorn with K, wisemoneyshow.com. You can find us there as well, or give us a call, 574-247-5898. All right, there you have it. Go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.